Immigration this morning. Outrage continues to grow over children separated from their parents as some local residents joined others at the border calling for the practice to end. 23 ABC's Josh Sanders, speaking to Faith in Kern members, has more on their experience.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine.
This is video from Joey Williams, the former chapter director for Faith in Kern. Saturday, he and others traveled from Bakersfield to a detention facility in San Diego, holding migrant children and others separated from their families.
We were able to hear some of the detainees who were yelling back over the walls to some of us, because they could hear all 600 of us out there on the main road who had gathered right there. So they were chanting back, saying that they loved us. And we said that we love you too, and that we see you.
With the growing outrage over the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy separating immigrant children from mothers and fathers, Williams and others around the country are calling for families to be kept together and not in cages like these at a facility in McAllen, Texas.
The clergy did risk arrest. They did engage at the detention center with a demonstration. They did get into the front and leave keys and rattles and shoes as symbols of the children that need not to be separated and caged like animals, but to be reunified with their families in the community with us.
President Trump continues to defend his administration's treatment of migrant children taken at the border. Saturday, while speaking at the Nevada Republican Party convention in Vegas, he pointed at Democrats for exploiting the issue.
Being weak on the border, which is therefore allowing tremendous crime to come into our country, they think that that's a good issue for them.
But Williams wants to send a different message to people around Kern County, one that begins with listening.
It's easy for us to judge a situation that's happening 275 miles away at a border or at detention centers in Texas and California, where children have been separated from their families and families have been separated. But can we take a moment and listen to the folks who have been incarcerated and detained, the families who have been separated?
He also believes immigration isn't a one-sided conversation, and no matter where Kern County falls on the issue of immigration, building genuine relationships despite our differences can move the nation forward.
To listen firmly to the other folks who, there is a genuine fear of change, of what's different, right? But at the end of the day, if we're able to sit down, what Faith in the Valley and what Pico sets to do is to bring people in a place of faith and love and family, and sit down together and break bread and sit at the table and have these conversations about where in your faith tradition does it speak to the situation? Like, what would Christ say? I think it was Bishop McElroy out of San Diego yesterday at the detention center said, if Mary, Joseph, and Jesus were trying to get in the country today, they'd be sitting in this detention center.
Josh Sanders, 23 ABC News.